Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all having a very happy day today, and if you're new here, welcome. Today's video has been a long time coming. I originally wanted to do this last January when I first started my YouTube channel, and I did mention it throughout the year, saying that I had a new series that I wanted to introduce to all of you guys, and the day has finally arrived. I really hope you all enjoyed this video, and maybe some of you will even find it helpful, which of course is always the goal. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I have decided to show how to set up someone's budget. So I will be using real numbers, which means this is someone's actual income and bills. However, they will be kept anonymous for the sake of their privacy. And it's actually kind of funny because sometime late last year, this person reached out to me and asked me if I was able to help her set up her budget, and she said that I could use her information for a video if I wanted. And then I mentioned to her that that was actually my idea for when I first started my YouTube channel, and so it's just kind of weird how things work out, and here we are. So this will be called Budgeting with a Friend, and it's basically budgeting for beginners but with an actual real income. This woman is married and is fortunate enough to have her husband provide financially for a lot of her things, as you will see, because she does not really have sinking funds. However, she does have expenses and she is in debt, so let's set up this budget. The first thing that you're going to want to do when you're setting up your budget is make a list of all of your expenses. So what I do is I actually list all of the expenses by their due date. So if rent is due the 1st, that would be 1st, and then so on and so on. The first column here is for the due date, and I'm just going to make a table really quick. The next column would be for the expense itself, and the next one would be the amount due for that expense. And sorry it kind of got cut out there, but there you go. So the next thing that we are going to do is, now that we have our table completed, we are going to go through and fill it out. So I'm going to be putting every expense that she has in order of how it's due. Okay, and here are all of her expenses, and that totals to $1,268 a month. And I will be dividing this sheet here and going in with a green felt pen. So for this green section, as you can see, I wrote down January 17th was actually her payday. I know this video is going up late, but I recorded it last month. And then with the blue felt pen, January 31st is her next paycheck. And finally, going in with the red felt pen here, February 14th will be her third paycheck. And you guys will see why I'm doing this all in different colors in a bit. So here I'm just going in, and for January 17th, she is going to get paid $1,045, and that will be used to pay her expenses, and we will see what we're left over with after. So the tricky part of all this is figuring out how to catch up on your expenses. So we see January 17th, and the next paycheck she'll get is on the 31st. So we have to make sure that everything from the 17th through the 30th is paid off. So we are going to say that the 16th is paid, since that's today. So the 20th through the 29th needs to be paid in full. So I am just going to fill these spots in here with the full amount that's owed. And once I'm done doing that, I am going to move on to the next paycheck, which is January 31st. So it is going to take both of these paychecks to pay these next bills right here. So what we're going to do is cut the total amount due in half. So the first half will be due on January 17th, and the second half will be due on January 31st. And when we are done with that, we will be moving on to our next paycheck, which is on January 31st. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all of these out. So again, she will get paid about $1,045, which is what I'm writing here. And with this paycheck, she will be paying the second part due. So with these two paychecks, she will pay for the water bill and the furniture and a few others. So as you can see, the water bill is due the 1st, and this will be getting the second part due to fulfill the $109 due. I hope this makes sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and put $54 because 55 and 54 total $109. And now I will be doing the same for the furniture bill. So I will be writing $129 because 129 times 2 totals 258. And we are going to get paid on February 14th. So that means that we have to use that paycheck to pay from the 14th all the way until the 27th, so that on the 28th, when we get our next paycheck, all of those bills will have been paid already. Now moving on to these 3 that we skipped here. Since we did skip them from our first check on January 17th, we will be putting the full amount from our January 31st paycheck. So I am just going to fill out the full amount, so $20, $28, and $118. And the reason that we skipped these 3 is because we were paying the full amount for other bills, such as this one. As you can see, the Edison bill is $118, and we did need to pay the full amount. So now with January 31st and February 14th, we will be splitting this bill in half between those 2 days. So half of 118 is $59. Moving on to this Barclay credit card, as you can see, it was the same thing, same situation. We paid the full amount of $142. So we will be splitting this into 2, and we will be doing that for the rest of these bills here. And now what you see me doing is I'm going to be adding all of the totals of the amount that we will be paying for the bills for each paycheck. So I'm just going to total that here. And as you can see, January 17th, we have a total of $919. That is a lot considering she's only getting paid $1,045. However, with January 31st, you see that it goes down to $717. And then finally, for February 14th, it will be $634, which is actually her normal amount that she will be pulling from each paycheck starting February. And that's why people say the first month is the hardest, because you are paying more than you normally would once you get on track with budgeting. So moving on again, I will be taking this first paycheck from January 17th, the total amount $1,045, and subtracting $919, which is the amount that she will be paying for all of her bills from that paycheck. And as you can see, I labeled it here to make it easier. So now I will be subtracting, and this subtracting the amount we got paid from our expenses gives us what we have left over for sinking funds. So I'm just going to go through each check individually to show you guys the difference and how once you get on track you will have more money than when you started. At least you should. And here you can see that with our second cash envelope stuffing that she will be doing, she's getting $328. So that's already more than what she is getting from the first paycheck. And as I've mentioned before, coming February, she will be on track. So this will be her normal. She will be getting paid $1,045, and her expenses will total $634. So she will be left with $411 each time. So it is a big difference, you guys. That's why everyone says the first month of budgeting when you're first starting, it's so difficult. It'll get easier, I promise. And I did go ahead and create and print her expense sheet here. So her normal will be $634 coming out of each paycheck. That is half of her amount of expenses, as you can see. So I have everything listed here, and she does get paid bi-weekly, as I mentioned, so that's why it's divided into check number 1 and check number 2. And I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but she actually doesn't really have sinking funds, and I think I mentioned that earlier, but her husband actually does pay for a lot, so she is fortunate that way. However, I did give her 2 sinking funds. I gave her savings and debt snowball, because she is in credit card debt and I think car debt, and who couldn't use a savings, right? So I did create that for her. And like I said, Sinking funds are optional for you guys. I have like over 20. I know it's crazy, but I feel like it's better just to have something for anything that might come up. And here I did make her own cash envelopes with her personal labels. And this is just a small gift for her for allowing me to share with all of you guys her expenses. So thank you to her. And with that said, that does conclude this video. I hope that someone out there found this video helpful. That is the objective of this new series. And I would love to hear any feedback that you guys have, so let me know down below. You guys will be seeing more videos like this in the future. As I mentioned, this is a new series, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And that's it for today's video, you guys. I will be seeing you guys very soon. Bye!